Make sure you tell Rob.
Draw in. Yep. Yeah. Wait only. Wait only, let it go. I think we're heavy, actually, if anything. Shouldn't be that heavy. I'll just pull it back. And
Test. Here we are. All right, we're back.
Okay.
We're live for some A event action. We're coming to you from sheet C. We've moved the
this?
cameras, moved the lines. We've mic'd the skips. We are ready to go.
It's up here, that's fine.
Ooh, hello. Everyone's loud.
Give me hack weight.
All right, there we go. A little bit better. All right, on this match, this
Halfway.
A event semifinal. This is from Nutmeg, Ed Simia, James Kintong, L. Craig Steffen, and Dave Schultz. From Schenectady,
All right, draw's okay,
Scott
too.
Brennan,
Kinda like the
Daniel
draw
Muller,
better, really.
Jeff Howes, Robert Clays.
Gotta come a mile. Gotta really come a lot.
Let's make sure we got everyone queued up right with the stones.
take it out.
You just enter it here. Hit enter. Click here and click enter. There we go. Yeah, everything's good. All right, we're ready to go. All right.
Whoa.
So we are at the second lead stone.
Up. It's got to curl. Yeah, it'll be okay.
Schenectady currently sitting shot for the instant. Simia very quickly takes that guy out. He's sitting now 2 in the house. One lonely red guard way up near the hog line.
I mean, it's got to be close to normal. But it's going to be slow, so. Okay.
Brandon Collins, something looks a lot like a double here.
Yep. Whoa. Sweep our red. Go.
All right. That's sweeping. They do bring it just into the top 12 foot.
We want to be in, but I mean, a guard's not bad. But I'd rather be in and counting. Whoa. Line if you can. No, I think leave it alone. Leave it alone. He's got a lot. Yep, now. Up. That's not bad.
Still moves a lot. You can still draw here. No, draw. So draw. Kind of just taking the medicine here a little bit.
Is that all you need? Yeah, I just need to get higher so I can actually see it.
Yes!
Gotta curl a lot. Nope.
This redstone's good. It's going to come into the house.
Got.
We're going to bump a little yellow around. He is sitting shot now.
Wow, we were by a mile.
And even if we roll out, that's okay. Just,
Looks like Simia wants the hit.
Now, control.
Calls it into his second. L. Craig Steffen.
Whoa.
Seems a little way wide on this one. I don't think he's going to be hitting anything. Harmlessly on by.
I really think if he touches this, it jams. hit the yellow. Let's go right here. Right here, right here. If we can kind of get under this, I like that.
Brennan calling the guard here.
It's the 3.
Brennan's going to milk this shot rock that he has for all it's worth.
Line's tight. Gotta go. Gotta go. Up, over and up. Up. Let it die.
Well, it's going to wreck on some yellow here. If it has the weight. That's going to settle up in the guard zone. It's about a 3 guard.
How much of this can you see? Yeah. All right, we only want to hit the outside and throw it out. So control.
And
Whoa, we're way
Quinton
wide again. Don't
with
touch.
his first stone of the end.
Way out there. It's going to come all the way. No, it's too heavy to get that far. Okay. Yeah, he did. Same line, actually. Exactly.
Good weight. It's gonna give you a little more brew.
Hey, how's it going? I'm going to be joined in the booth by one of our fellows from the Merrimack Valley Club. Go ahead and grab that headset right there.
Yep, yep.
Give me a little mic check. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, man? Nice to be here.
Thank you for hopping on the mic.
Yes,
Of
yes,
course,
yes.
of course.
Introduce yourself to the friends at home.
Hey, well, this is Eric Reiter from MVCC. Thanks for having me. Bonspiel's been fantastic, and we got a good game going on Sheet B right here.
Yes, but we're looking at the game on Sheet C.
We're looking at C?
Yes.
Unbelievable. Well, that game's even better. That's a good thing.
Yeah, sorry to throw you the curveball, but C happens to be the A event semifinal.
Oh, yeah.
And they're playing on C and D over here because otherwise the A event final is going to go on B. So we don't want to give them too much experience on Sheet B.
True. Very true. So.
Well, anyway,
Awesome.
Introduce you to the teams that we're playing with. Over here we got Nutmeg, the Nutmeg Ring, Ed Simia, James Quinton, El Greg, Stefan, and Dave Schultz.
Great team. A great team.
Whoa.
Have you encountered them?
We did not encounter them during this, but I've seen a couple different matches from them over the weekend, and they've been playing really strong. But as the Schenectady or the Schenectady team with Brennan as the skip, I mean, they've been playing a great match. I mean, they've really been playing some solid games. They had a close one against Eaton from Ardsley. Really came down to the last stone there. So, you know, a lot of talented curls, a lot of advice on that team. So they're definitely a force to be reckoned with for sure.
No doubt. I haven't got to see a whole lot of the Simia and the Brennan rings play, but what I have seen has looked really good. And you don't get to be in the A event semifinals at the Dykes without a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Basically. It takes,
No. They're definitely carrying their weight, and they're
you don't scrub your way up to this one.
For sure. Yeah, and then 4 or 5 year curlers. I mean, this is their tournament. It's them for them to take. So
indeed, they're here to win.
It's probably coming in on this yellow right here. Let's see how it pans out.
Oh wow, look at that go.
Gets the rub. Comes in.
Awesome.
That's a very nice shot.
It's a great shot by Brennan right there. In order to, come in, he basically got the nice hit and roll, some nice protection off there. He's using his own red as backing, and he has 2 counting stones. I mean, heading in, it's a really great shot. So.
I think Simia's counter to this. I think that first red shot on the left side, it's open. I think there's a way he can possibly come into the inside of it.
For sure. I mean, he's also got enough yellow stones back there in order to have enough backing. So in case he's too far inside or he hits that red 2 nose, he's still got enough counting stones to be able to, worry about that outside yellow, with the second shot. Does he have a second one?
and I'll throw
Oh,
normal.
that might have been it.
No,
if I
this
throw
is
normal, I should make
Simia's
sure I
last.
Let me see what it looks
Okay.
like.
Brennan
From
has
the left-handed
hammer
hack, it
here
might
in the
all be
first.
guarded.
All right, so red is poised up to make a nice push here. It's going to take some good shots from yellow to really push this through. Nutmeg's on the hot seat.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to try to hit the inside half. And, yeah.
Worst case scenario, I think he's looking to get some red out of the house.
Yeah.
Avoid giving up 3.
He's definitely got to do that. I mean, he may have the open shot to run it back 2 stones, maybe. He might be able to come around the other side and chip another one to get a couple more yellows out, use that backing. But it's a tough bit. It looks like he's going for that outside in order to do that double run back. So
I would make the correction. Simia has hammer, so this is Simia's first stone.
Oh.
He has 1 more to go. It was hiding behind the other monitor.
Yep.
Looks like we've turned the monitor
Seems
around
like it's
so that they can
fallen
monitor
out a little
the
bit.
time.
He might get a piece of this red, but I don't know if it's going to. It may chip out, actually. Yep.
Well, he does get the red.
Yep.
1 red, so there is only 1 red counting in the house, just outside the
we go here, right?
The next 3 stones in the rank are all yellow.
You know.
Guard the line.
We're joined by Courtney, a wonderful host here from Potomac. She's been a fabulous host the entire weekend. So we are looking at the game right now. We do have red as the counting stone, but 3 yellows hanging out near side outside that. So, you know, this is a tough shot for Brennan. They probably want to put it top 4, probably in the 8-foot, right in the red in order to protect their own red, their counting stone. You know, this is their last shot, so the other team would be on the pressure, put on the hot seat in order to steal, and make sure that they can keep something inside the red afterwards. So looking to put the pressure here. Hopefully we're looking at an 8-foot shot right on the left-hand side of the center line to protect that red counting stone.
If the line's there to get top 4 on the center line, we're going there.
You know, the team's talking about it right now. They're looking at a very skilled shot right here. If it goes too far, they can look at a double takeout and lose all their points.
Placement
But
is
if they're
critical.
too long, so it's really the touch here is going to be important. You can see the lead already taking the sweep, already taking on it as hard as they can.
Seems like it was narrow.
It seems like they were a bit, so they're trying to keep it straight, trying to keep it right in front of there because it's going to come in.
Well, that's coming in right to the tee line.
Yeah.
Very nice weight. It's going to be hard to out count. You might be able to follow it down with a little bit more aggressive weight. Might
Great.
bump it.
Yeah, it's a great shot. I mean, it's being in the front 4 is a little beyond where they wanted to be.
won.
But if that yellow team's able to come in on their that other red, the second counting stone right now, they may be able to keep it down to cut it down to 1. Maybe they're able to draw in and knock out that red, but it's definitely puts them in a tough place. You know, Schenectady has a nice shot there. It's a great points for the Sens. So we'll see what the other skip's looking at doing. I mean, he's got to be thinking he's got to get one of those red stones out. So.
Get enough of it to, if we can get back. James, you're going to have to give me a little more ice, or can I come down in the weight a little bit? That's all. No, I'm actually trying to hit the ball. It's going to be tough to do. We could draw the other way, but I don't know.
See if we can turn him up a little bit.
Yeah, it'd be great to hear the skip here.
If we're wide, we can get the back one at least and make sure we only give up 1.
He's a little bit
make it
softer than Brennan was. Brennan practically blew out my eardrums a little bit ago.
I think just control or even control.
Well, let's see what happens. He's got a great pace on it.
Whoa.
Sweepers, don't want the sweepers want it.
Yeah.
Simia doesn't.
Whoa, yeah. Go by that one.
He's on the back.
I think we got to look at him. I was hoping we.
And that, well, it does.
Yep, that looks about 1 red.
Yep, holds it to 1. Could have been a lot worse coming down there.
Could have been a
shot.
whole lot worse.
Yeah.
It was a great shot. It's a very safe shot. So it looks like 1 red
Ed,
heading
watch
out
out.
of the
Your
first
shoelace
end
is
here
kind
at the 9:30 draw between Nutmeg and Schenectady.
Your shoe's kind of coming.
Yeah, I know.
No update to give
throw.
you on the rest of the sheets. No one else has finished with the first end just yet. Oh, well, they are finished over on A, but they have not hung that score.
Yep. Well, I will say that with Hammer, I would say Schenectady was probably looking for more points than just 1 there. So you know, coming away with one. Now they're looking to kind of put, oh, they had two on that end. Huh. Must have counted that other red. It wasn't clear from here on the up top view, but they must have determined it was 2 points that first end for Schenectady. So it's 2-0 heading into the second end, and the lead is hitting her.
It's going to be slow. This is the fresh side.
First shot, you have it coming over to the hog line. It's going to be a nice 15-foot guard right for them, right on the center of the house.
We haven't really touched this side at all.
All right, let's just draw.
Yes! Hard! 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 Hard!
Well, our guest commentator is getting heckled by his teammates.
Whoa, whoa. No line either.
Aren't
no
you
line.
the skip of those guys? Aren't you supposed to be in charge?
No line. It's through it for anyway, but no line. Yep.
Sorry about that, folks. Just the
They didn't get you a measure, huh?
the team having an enjoyable moment
Not even a measure, huh?
with their Vice. I have
Okay.
Vice on the MVCC team. We've had a great tournament, though.
I like the guard
Unfortunately,
now.
we didn't play as well as we wanted to. But it's been a great experience here at the Dykes. Potomac have been a great host, and
Well,
you
we
know,
tried.
there'll be more Dykes in the future for MVCC.
Certainly,
for sure.
certainly. We're happy to have you. We love hosting the 5 and Unders. We love playing the 5 and Unders.
Glad I could join you here on the mic, getting back to my old pastime. Doing
Oh, yeah,
play-by-play,
great.
So.
Right to the broom. Right to the broom. Deep, closer's better. Gotta go.
Did not get to see what happened on the first stone for Simia there.
Yeah, it
It's
was
not hanging around,
Phil,
though.
what's up with your
I know,
team
based on
falling
being
all day
heckled,
today?
it was a little hard to see what was happening on the ice. But it looks like that, you know, the Nutmeg team doesn't have any stones here on the ice.
took one today,
Either
didn't
they
ya?
blew it through the house, or you know, they were able to. They weren't able to keep anything there. So we
No
have two
line.
reds on either side of the center line, acting as guards, and Nutmeg's put on the pressure to try a
Yeah,
draw
be sure
shot.
it's here, that's all.
Trying to get on the house, probably
Yep.
on the outside. Maybe split this house a little bit.
Oh, it looks like Brennan managed to take 2 in that first end.
That's
despite
true.
what
Go
we can
hard.
see.
That's
Good
true.
enough.
Yeah, I was just
Bad
I
angle
mentioned
for
that
us.
earlier. Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's
All
a
right,
shame
all
they
right.
weren't able to get that yellow as a counting stone. You
Yeah,
know,
he
it's
was
not
just a
gonna-
little too far to the outside. He couldn't bring it back.
Exactly. Wasn't able to get enough distance on it.
Get here.
Really would serve a great purpose on the outside in that 12-foot. But unfortunately,
Remember, this
that
side's
kind of
fresh. It's going to be a little slower.
Well, that's the trick, right? You got the skips hollering down the sheet, talking to their, delivering, and then they come back and they mutter to their vice about their plans. It's hard to hear.
Got to go.
Got to constantly
Lots
adjust
of
that
room.
volume.
you can see if you're
Lots
able to
of
see
room.
on TV, if you're able to see on the live webcast at home,
Stay
you will
close.
see the brooms of the skips moving back and forth, constantly adjusting to what their thoughts on the ice are. So trying to find that perfect placement of where the broom is going to be based on how the person's throwing it. I mean, there's a lot of constant micromanaging and adjustments going on throughout the game. So.
Brennan looks to be making a study of the ice and the distance of the curl. He's working both sides of the sheet, carefully calibrating. He's got his mind on how much it's curling. He's been remarking how much it's curling over the whole weekend,
Line,
really.
fine.
It's been really accurate. I mean, he's been calling a great game. Right now, Brennan's looking at having,
Wait only.
3 guards top of the house. He's controlling that 4-foot
Let
as
it go.
best he can, and really forcing Nutmeg to make a shot.
Close.
Yeah, it's gonna try to hang
It's
there.
a really
Which
hard shot to make when your opponent is owning that path to the 4-foot. However, that is a very, that's how you
That's
do
a
it.
great
That's how you
counter.
make that shot.
He really cleared that guard by a lot. You can get here.
Next one down. There you go.
Right down to it.
We got a crazy dynamic setup. We got like cobbled together from like all kinds of different iterations. Oh man, I never even more ancient.
Well, here comes the next Schenectady shot. I think they're looking to come in right on that yellow, maybe sit on it. And the one thing about that yellow shot is it's past the tee line, so it sets up a great sit opportunity.
It's hanging out a little bit wide, though.
A little wide,
A
yeah.
little bit heavy.
Okay.
Oh, and it's a shame they weren't able to get any wick on there. Blew it through the house.
I think that was pretty much the right
wanna
ice
be like
call.
top
Just
8,
a little
top
bit too
12.
much weight
Yep.
from the shot.
Same line,
A
though.
little too much weight, a little too much broom. Either way, I mean, it's a tough shot to make, and I know Brennan's breathing deep after that one. You can see it right here on the ice. Well, here comes the counter with hammer shot. I mean, use that protection up there and forcing red to make a play. But yellow's coming out wide right here. They're going to need some big curl to come on in.
Yeah.
We'll have the effect of taking away the same draw all the way on that side of the sheet. It's going to make it a little bit more challenging.
We'll at least try to tighten up the draw area there.
Exactly, sitting right in that pocket, and that's a great guard. It's a great guard to have up there. Forces them to come around the other side, try to promote. Very, very risky shots to have here early in the end as we head to the first shot of the Vice.
You wanna?
Front end wants to promote.
You know, we could go this way too, though. If we don't make that, that's what he plays. That's fine. Just tap it back, nothing heavy.
Okay, so it looks like they're going for the promote of their front red guard, hopefully to the back stone and knocking that out of the house. It's a risky play, first shot of the Vice. I mean, it's, you know, you might want something to draw. I know Brennan may have had a different idea, but here's what they're going with.
Ice is a relatively down weight hit.
Yep.
Here comes a sweep.
Whoa.
Oh, they're curling hard. They're curling through all that mess.
Looks like it came too far. Great adjustment. Skinnied that, second it right through, getting it deep as they can.
Oh, that'll be a useful rock later on in the end.
Unbelievable shot. I mean, that's an incredible plan B.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, we can hope for that.
I would not have expected that draw to be there.
Unreal, unreal. So now Nutmeg's left with having an additional red hanging right outside on the 5 foot of the house, but they're ahead of that front line. So any sort of promote, any sort of anything, that rock's going to be in play the whole rest of this end. And it's in close proximity. I mean, that's a great shot, great place to be. Certainly got Nutmeg nervous.
You want to try to get down to it? I mean, I don't know.
Skip's considering a couple different options here.
Well, I actually don't mind peeling some of this so we can get another rock in. We don't want to move this, but I think getting rid of these is actually good. So let's.
Which one is he going to get rid of? He's going to get rid of the center and the right side?
Yeah, so I think he's trying to peel out enough of the front to really open up where the house is. Because he knows that, you know, earlier in the end, he got caught with having a lot of guards up front. So let's see how he's able to really clear a path for his hammer shot that's coming on later.
Perfect.
He's able to get that lead one, which is an important stone. That really opens up a lot of the ports and a lot of counting stones here.
Nice shot,
Don't certainly gives him a better angle into Brennan Stone.
Oh, definitely. It gives him a number of things to guard behind. And I wouldn't even discount that outside red that's out there with that yellow promote. I mean, that's still a last-minute option late in the end in order to get an extra stone in there, depending how they're able to clear out those other reds. So
we're going to give you a quick update on some of the other sheets that are active games. The other A event, that's Plainfield Burns in the yellow stones versus Broomstones Miley on the red stones. Plainfield is up 1-0 in the second end. On sheet B, we have the Hoyer Rink from Potomac with the yellow stones. They are down 2 to the Mitchell Rink from Utica with the red. And over on sheet A, let's see if we can finally get an eye on the. Well, when we get an eyeball on the score, we'll let you know what's going on over on A. Back here on B, Simia still meditating on the shot.
B's got an unbelievable match going on right here.
Why not?
Trying to dig on that yellow, but it's going to catch that yellow guard, and it's going to be unfortunate.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Hard.
Just had to put a handhold on the second from MVCC. All in a day's work here. So.
I got an unfortunate promote, unintentional.
Just trying to dig on that, but spaces things out, but still have red 1-2.
Yeah, Simia knocked his own rock out of shot rock position, ending up promoting Brennan in and raising.
Splits it up. Being back of the house, you're only serving as backing. You're really, especially if all you've got are red stones in front of you, you are only looking at having backing to the match, which is going to keep your red stones in the game. Having them back there, they are just security. So Brennan knows that. He's a smart enough curler to be able to use that to his advantage. And it's looked like they're just going to start packing the house, really get some stones in there.
I wouldn't be surprised if this one settles up in the guard zone.
He'd probably be in the guard zone, considering he's looking for the steal here, and he's got a stone on both sides of the house. So
it's looking really light.
Yep.
It's swooping hard to get it over the hog line.
Unbelievable. They may get it over.
Every inch.
They've got to get it over. Come on now.
They just got it.
Unbelievable. Wow, that's a top level guard. That's top of the Empire State right there. That's
yeah.
It does not get closer than that. That's for sure.
That does give Simia a shot to come around, perhaps, to get at Brennan's shot rock.
He may be able to. I mean, he may be able to get around. He really could do it either side. I mean, he could come around here. And let's listen to him talk here.
That's really, I think, the shot. Or we can peel. Or we can peel it. See if they throw it to the guard. But I think that with the guard that high, we actually have a shot at getting at it. So.
Yeah, that's right. With the guard that high, he actually has a shot at it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think you got to come like there. The idea is to get the back line. Even if we get here, at least we'll be sitting second shot at worst.
Sounds like they're talking about backline weight.
But we'll try to move it enough to be one.
Yep. So it's looking like they want to push that stone out. Though what they'll need to do is they'll need to chip it on either end. If they hit that stone nose, they're going to be sitting on the outside of the 8-foot circle, so they're not going to be the counting stone, and that's not going to steal them a rock. It means red counts one, same situation coming back down the ice. So it's, this is a careful shot. I mean, they have to make sure to chip it just enough to stay in the 8-foot, but they also have to chip it enough in order to move the red stone out, or else you're looking at, right now you're not able to hit that shot, not able to move the red enough, don't get enough piece. You're looking at getting 2 stolen from you, and you're moving back down the ice on the third end. Tough shot.
Got to be back line, guys.
It's got good weight here.
They're sweeping it. They think it's not enough for back line. Oh, it's got to move, guys. Got to curl.
It's got to come in.
Oh, but it's just not got the weight.
Not back line. All right.
Dies off 12 feet, at least 12 feet from the button. And now Brennan's looking at his second shot, trying to pack the house, keep his guards up, put something that puts him in a position with that hammer shot that's going to promote him in or secure his 2. Stealing 2 here in the second can be a real demoralizer.
Was I narrow?
Really set up, and this is an important game. Any swing like that's going to be huge.
They didn't sweep right away. They were kind of looking at it.
If he does get the 2, a second consecutive steal of 2, it's going to be really hard for Simia to curl his way out of this one.
It's tough. It's going to be tough for him.
Tight. Goes up the line, and if the weight's there, bring it right onto it.
Well, Elizabeth Anderson, I appreciate you listening, because we just saw on the feed that you're loving the commentary tonight, and we appreciate it. We're having a lot of fun here. 9:30 p.m. draw. I mean, we're having a lot of fun here. So enjoy the show. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Here's Brennan's shot on its way. Sweepers are on it early.
Looking light, and the lead knows it. He's been digging at it pretty tough right from the start.
Yes, get around it.
Now they're looking to get around that lead. Oh, it's going to be close.
Oh, hard for line, hard for weight.
Trying to get it in there. Touching the 12-foot would be great, but great guard. That's a great guard to have set up right there. I mean, no doubt about it. May have a double opportunity, but that is going to be tough to get weight on that stone in order to peel them both out. I mean,
because we can't get off any of them.
Schenectady knows they're in a good place.
The only one would be angling that one, but so we come the other way.
Nutmeg's on the hot seat. We've got few choices.
We bumped this. I mean, it's just like a draw, but we're going to play it as. I don't think I can get to the. I think it has to be a tip. So I don't think I can. Maybe I can get around there. You got to give me like just off the 12-foot though. Yeah.
Are they thinking about the promote here?
Yeah, they're really in a tough position. There's not a lot of good options here. Nothing obvious. Nothing obvious to this warm-up skip, that's for sure.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's tough. There are a lot of stones in play here. I mean, there have been, just looking at the other end of the ice, there are 2 out of 16. I mean, there are 14 stones right here in the ice. 13 out in the house and 1 coming in. It's going to be, it is going to be tough. I mean, it really makes a minefield out there, and it's. When you're looking at hammer and you got all those stones to keep in play,
even a little more, I think.
It's all about clogging it up. If you're on the outside, it's all about keeping it your control. So
he's going to come pretty far out here on the left side. The ice is going to be a little squidgy and hard to predict.
Yeah, and it tends to fall out this far outside in the ice, so he's really depending on some good curl. Good sweep from his sweepers. He calls them on early. It's good. Good sign.
This is looking actually really nice for the promote.
I mean, staying outside.
And they're going to come into the red.
Straight shot.
Yeah.
That's an unbelievable cut.
Yeah, he saves it from saves Brennan from stealing a second consecutive 2-pointer. He only steals 1, but now Simia down 3 going into the third.
It's true. I mean, but a really confidence-boosting shot right there. I mean, they were looking at a really tough shot, down to looking at the open steal, and they were able to come down, do a long promote. Oh my God, that must have been the longest promote, especially for him throwing that shot. But he hit it spot on. Sweepers did a good job. We're able to cut him down to 1 with the hammer, and now you keep the hammer moving into the next end, and you're able to really start thinking about building points. It's all about building more points. It really comes down to be that simple. I feel like John Madden explaining the obvious, but when you're thinking about each end, you got to think about taking advantage of getting multiple points when you have the hammer. That is it. You really have to. That's where you're going to make it, especially at the level of curling these guys are doing. Every missed shot is an opportunity, and it's all about getting more points. So
we do have a quick update for you over on sheet A. They got through the second end. It's Citrini from Utica. They're up 2-1 over Alois from, I believe they're from Schenectady.
Corner guard.
Oh, I got you. Well, I know I'd be a poor team member if I didn't give a shout out for the MVCC team.
Oh, don't touch that.
House money. Coming all the way from New Hampshire. We've been having a fantastic time all weekend. That consists of our lead, Zach Howard, our second, Brian Doucette, the vice, myself, Eric Reiter, and our skip, Nathan Church, from the Merrimack and Nashua region, all representing, having a great time. So that's my one plug. House money for life, baby. Awesome. So moving here, the second lead shot here from Nutmeg, or here from Schenectady. Looks like he's throwing nice takeout weight. Or no, he's coming around the reverse angle. He's going to try and tuck it behind his own guard. Yep.
This is going to be the come and get me guard, or sorry, come and get me draw shot.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 great shots if he's able to get it around. But it looks like it might be coming inside, so
he's going to wreck on his guard.
Yep.
Okay.
Same line.
Oh, just freezes up to it.
Yep, not a whole lot of separation. Not ideally what they wanted. They definitely wanted to come around, sit further into the house, probably as close to that guard as they could, just in front of that hog line, T-line rather, but weren't able to. That happens.
4-5.
Now yellow's coming down, other side of the ice.
Yep.
Trying to do the same on their stone. A little tit for tat there.
Yep. Whoa.
Boy, they're coming hot.
Yep. Little too heavy. They may be able to stay there.
It's okay if you
but
they can get to it.
Not going to go all the way out the back of the house, but boy, that's deep.
Yeah, it's deep. I mean, it's in that further 8-foot. But hey, counting stone.
That's right.
If you can get counting stones in there, that is always
always
a good sign with it, especially with the guard up front. Guards are good, but your own guards can be better with promotes and all the other things that come in elements of just having your stones in the house. So
the way I like to play is I like to play where my leads and my seconds and my vices are putting the scoring stones in the house. I like to be working with the guards. I like to be working with, the occasional draw shot. But I like to use my front end and my vice to get scoring stones in position, get me set up for the rest of the end.
Exactly. I mean, having those stones in the house right from the start is only going to help you out.
Yep.
It's the only thing. So, yeah, having an aggressive game plan of getting those stones in the house, perhaps splitting the house on either ends, which really forces the other team to react, puts them on the hot seat. If you're able to get things on both sides of the house and you're able to do it early with your first and second stones, you're really setting them up that they're going to be playing from behind. And anytime you catch them on their heels, it really helps you out, especially with hammer to have big ends. Especially here, you're looking at big ends. So a real wide shot here that's really hanging out. You must think it's really going to come in.
This really doesn't do anything.
Doesn't look like it's going to quite get there. Simia coming out to help.
It's a motivational tool. Go, go, go.
Yeah, it's a motivation, all right.
Well, they certainly had a team meeting
that's good where
over that sweep in order to close that out.
It's a sweeping party.
Hey, nothing like that.
Yeah. So Brennan's got one stone in the house that looks to be more effective as guarding Simia's rock than it is actually doing Brennan much service. But
that's true. That's why he's got his second coming with some pace out of the hack.
Looking to either come in off or bump this guy to
either
a better
control weight in order to try and bump a promote into his other one. That may be the play here. Try and keep it. What a good shot. I mean, that's a great shot. I mean, looking at the angles he had to navigate there, that's unreal to think about and to come that close. But that is still yellow as a counting stone. I mean, there's no doubt about it right now, but they are set up for, they are set up with one as the counting, yellow as the counting stone.
Yep, got to go line two. Yeah. Far as it'll go, at least. Yeah. Up. We're going to be on there, so up. That's fine. Let it go. We'll just relax. That's fine.
Come into the pocket, or we can tap.
So we move into the first shot from the vice of Schenectady. He's been playing a consistent game all tournament. It's really been helping out Brennan, setting up some great shots. So Brennan hasn't had to make many tough ones, though he has made a bunch of tough ones with the long tournament he's had so far. But so I'm not sure I saw the call here. You know what he's going for? He's set up for a little bit of a draw shot. He may be looking for that red promote.
Gotta go. Yes.
Well, that stone has come far over. Instead of the promote of the one that's on the inside, he's looking for the longer promote. The one hanging on the right-hand side of the 12-foot. Let's see what happens.
Okay, right there.
Not going to quite get there. Not a lot of weight to do much.
Not a whole lot.
He does end up plugging up another angle into the house.
Sure. Yeah. He's there outside the house, which is nice. I mean, if you're able to use having your own stone as guards pays off when you're able to use them as promotes. Being able to push other things in the house, but keeping it guarded is good. So you can see yellow's taking advantage and throwing some weight at that near side 12-foot guard. They're going to pop that right out. Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
Nicely done.
Yep, they're happy with that. I mean, anything else that comes in, whether they hit the guards on the right trying to draw through, they have a yellow on the front side of the promote. They can just use the red as basically just a conductor to get their own yellow, which is now acting as the 12-foot guard. And the third stone in the house. It's a potential promote opportunity.
Looks like Brennan's calling a freeze here into that pile lurking in the back 8-foot.
He's going to have to come cross ice, too.
Oh,
Gordon's looking at the straight takeout.
No, yeah, he wants. Is that a takeout or does he want to draw?
I think he's probably looking to draw there. I mean, he's too far outside to think of a cross-ice shot. There's no chance. And he's coming in. You know, their vice is coming out with guard weight. He's looking at 3-4 right here.
Yep,
coming in top 12. You know, his sweepers just want to keep it on line. They know they've got a heavy curl over there. Maybe a chip off.
Curling a hard.
Yep.
They're going to bump on the yellow if it's too much weight. There it is.
Yeah, a little bit.
Into the 8 foot.
That definitely came further with the curl than they thought it was. I mean, that's not what Brendan wanted to do. Sets up Nutmeg there. You know, he's licking his chops. He knows he's got 2 counting stones right now.
Calling the promote.
We're only one.
I don't think that. I don't think Brendan promoted him in all the way. He's looking to get a little bit more out of it, a little more distance.
Just a tap. T-line weight. That's all.
Good for you too. This was good for me. Really? I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna wait till you talk.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Whoa, up.
Oh, this is looking like it's going to be more likely to draw through.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to come through. It's going to hit the red, but it's not going to be as much as he'd probably want.
Well, actually, he does get the result he was looking for. He gets that yellow rock fully into the 8 foot.
Yeah, he's totally there.
He's now counting probably 2.
Yeah, so it looks like we have yellow as 1-2 right now. Brennan knows it, and he's got that 3 that's scary right there. So with that red hanging out on the right-hand side, with the yellow right behind it, I mean, there's a takeout opportunity on the right to count more yellow stones. There's the draw in. There is the chip out of the red with the yellow backing for the other yellow stone. I mean, there are plenty of options here. And so he's just thinking about what he wants to do, but he's sticking on that left-hand side. He is looking at that deep right stone that he has. Hopefully able to freeze on that. Maybe? Or might be going for the same thing. Maybe draw behind that big pile on the right. It's been having a heavy swing in this game. Heavy swing.
Yeah, you got to bring the weight. Got to sweep. Probably favor sweep early. Then call the sweepers off. Wait for that break. Let it break hard at the end. You might be able to get it in there. It's not going to be easy.
I mean, he's got a big window. He's got the whole 8 foot he can work with.
Yep.
So looking at that whole white and red that he's able to stare at right now, I mean, he knows he's able to get in that area. He wants to get it as deep and to the right as possible.
Yep.
Whoa, Rob.
And like you said, the initial sweep on there. They're looking at that heavy hook, looking to skinny that yellow. They know it's coming.
It is looking good to get by.
Looking like a great shot to get by. They look like they've got plenty of room. It's all about distance here.
They're by the yellow. Oh, no. Just a rub on the yellow.
Just touched it. See? All about weight. Ooh. I mean, it's such a heavy swing. You want to be so careful to get it further to the right, which you have with more sweeping and less weight coming out of the hack. But you also need to make sure to get it there.
I'd like to.
They do have a
an extra 4 feet of distance on that stone. It probably would have been perfect.
But I'd rather be
unbelievable. If they were able to get an extra 4 feet,
right here,
that was hooking enough. That 4 feet would get in the 4 foot of the hack, 4 foot of the target, and they're also well buried behind that yellow for a guard. There's no way the other team could touch that. Besides getting closer to the button.
I want to land I want to be
That's
traveling this way in case I'm heavy that I land here. So we're going to start out here. I want the rock to travel this way. So we want to be here. I think you put me maybe like right here.
Yeah, it looks like Simeon's looking to guard up. He wants to take away any other option for Brennan to get in the house. He's sitting a very tenuous 2 rocks.
If I want to go that way in case I'm heavy, we got the draw. We'll draw it in front of our other one. We're 1-2. You guys.
Oh, was that on air?
No, we are 1-2.
You're not talking.
Oh, I mean, half. You see where that red rock is in the middle? It just threw. Half guarding that would be perfect. It makes both the draw and tap. Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah. It can even be higher because those draws are all tough.
Simeon's first stone of the end. It's away.
I'd let it go if you can.
Well, it's certainly over the hog line, certainly in the guard zone. Let's see if they can manage the curl and get it to plug the hole they're looking for.
Up and over.
Oh, you guys better get off it. We're curling hard.
It's coming in. I mean, but nothing.
So he blocks the hole, but he leaves potentially the promote.
That's fine. Brennan. Even the draw to the tap is tougher.
Leaves the
Yeah,
promote
plenty of
option.
weight.
He's able to
Not
come
plenty,
in.
but,
He'd
you know,
have to come. I mean,
tough
he'd
to
probably
judge.
have to
Doesn't
come
look like
cross ice
fine.
or put a lot of pace on it. That's going to knock that red out. So, you know, I'm not. He's got a couple different options, but he's looking at left side. He's got to manage that bulk he's got up there, where he has access to the house, because he's looking to steal. He needs to protect stones, and he needs a bunch of them to, you know, not just have one counting option in order to count him out.
Looks like he is playing the promote here. I think there is the angle through all that mess.
Yep.
And that's 3 options.
And I figure he's just choosing the lesser of 2 evils here. I mean, he's looking coming down. If he's coming cross ice, which I have to assume he is, 'cause there's nothing on that other side he can do. He can work with. You know, if it managed to catch one of those guards, maybe it flicks off into his other red that's down there. Maybe the angles work out. I really think this is probably the lesser of what he, you know, potential problems he'll have to deal with. You know, high risk, high reward here.
Right. Well, actually, I don't even think the risk is all that bad, being up 3. You know,
that's true.
Worst case scenario, he doesn't do anything to make himself worse.
That's true. That's
Simia's
true.
already sitting 2. He's just looking to try and cut away 1 or 2. He probably will. If he makes the shot, he cuts away 2. If he doesn't make the shot, he probably won't cut away anything. But he's going to get just enough rub. No, not enough rub on that red
Didn't
rock.
have enough weight on it.
Nope.
He wanted to give it just enough promote in order to have enough. So
I think we got it.
Nutmeg's checking it out, seeing where those scoring stones lie. What can they do?
I got to tell you, we have the worst vantage point possible for analyzing. I mean, we think it's too yellow, but
sorry.
But we were wrong on the last end. So.
Yeah, I know. It's rough looking at these overhead cameras.
I mean, you have a lot of stones right in the 8-foot area. They're right around the ring. I mean, you have 2 from my vantage point, looking at a bubble television from down here on the grounds.
Probably a measure.
You know, I have to think it's 2 yellow. That one yellow is closer to the center line, closer to the button. The other one that's on the far side, maybe that's closer. Maybe it's red, but
we either play the tap or
you know,
the
maybe
draw.
the skip stone.
Or the draw. I mean,
sometimes you have to go off what you can.
They're taking a long time to look at it.
all the way
out.
out
They had to go back and forth
we gotta get
numerous
around
times to try and figure out what they think.
Yeah, I think we're definitely
score
1.
Is.
It's just a matter of whether we're second.
So being that far outside, they have to be looking off, chipping off their own yellow in order to be a counting stone.
We think we're 2. We're not 100% sure.
Simia thinks
So
he's
we'll
2.
try going that wide draw, not
Which
mess it with it.
he may think he has
I could
counting
hit-
stones
he could
already
throw it
right
too,
now.
but
He knows that that
I think
outside
there's
yellow
better than 50%
is useless to him. It's not
Let's go
guarding
way out there.
anything.
If
It's
we
not
get a
protecting
tap, we
anything.
get-
He's
we
got
can
hammer.
roll
He
in.
can use whatever he
But it has to
wants
be,
to get a stone closest to
full
the
white,
house.
really.
And that chip
Both
gives
of
him
those are
a
very,
good
very
option.
close to,
Even if he's able to
full
just
white.
tuck it in, he knows he only has to
What?
move it about 2
I mean,
feet to
if
the
it's
right,
right,
and
no,
he
it's
has
not
got
the end of the world.
potentially,
Yeah.
from our vantage point,
'Cause we have the-
3
well, if it's
stones
narrow,
with
we
his
have
hammer
tap
here in the
up
third end.
yellow, too.
So he's coming for the in-off on the far outside yellow.
Yep, he's pushing it out there, but again, you risk
Yeah,
a
go.
stone that carries out, doesn't curl in on the right angle that you want.
I think he
I
come
mean,
off
it's
it
still
now.
got to come. It's got to come.
That's good, yeah.
Maybe he's trying to chip
yeah,
that
it's not
stone
gonna be
in.
on the line. That's all right. Good try, yeah. Nah,
Not
we're
enough
not gonna get
weight.
enough of a tap on that to move it.
Oh, didn't
Well,
come in
not
enough.
weight,
Try
not
that.
any, not the ice.
It wasn't moving out there. It just went straight, though.
Well, I got a feeling we're gonna have to break
Went
out the
straight
measuring
all the way
device
out
to
that
get this
far.
one settled.
They may not be able to tell. They're trying to use all the points of reference they can and eyeballing, but this one looks close. It does.
Yeah, definitely.
So while they're busy figuring out where everything shakes out over on C, we're going to go back to A and give a quick score update. Citrini from Utica. Oh man, exactly how far did they get? They're up 7-1. It looks like over Alois. On sheet B, everyone's standing in front of the scoreboard, so I have no idea what's going on B. On C,
Third year.
oh, I'm sorry,
All
no,
thirds,
on D, looks like Burns stole another one in the second. They're up 2-0 in the third with a whole mess of rocks in the guard zone.
Yeah, over on D, it looks
Who's
hectic.
that,
I mean,
what's the class?
they have something very similar to the first end here on C. I mean, a lot of stones. Not many are sitting back in the, back in the house where, they've been out counted. So it's a big mess over there. It's a big, a big shot over there if they've got something. So, but they are measuring here on C, trying to get the determining between, that first yellow that's deep in the house and the other red that was hanging on the outside.
We had a Kaiser team with a couple other, a guy here and a couple other friends.
That looks like yellow. Yellow it is.
Good.
Two
Okay.
yellow in the second end.
2 yellow. Good steal.
Let's go quick, guys. We're actually playing a
So
little
that brings
slow for a
Simia back up into contention. He's
Center
now
line
down
guard.
only 1 point. He's calling for the guard like you would expect. Hard way to take 2 on that end.
Ooh, game's even. I mean, that's what we're talking about when we mention getting multiple
Never,
points
guys.
with the hammer. And yellow did
Never,
just that.
never,
They got
never.
2. Now they're looking to
We want a
control
guard.
the house,
We would
clog up
prefer
the
a
front,
guard. No,
make sure
don't
they
even-
can limit the points that
Put
Brennan
that
can
broom
get,
over
and
there.
hopefully get multiple points moving ahead. Yeah, it's all about that progression.
I want
so
no broom
there's a
anywhere
lot of
near that
curling left
broom.
here in this match,
Yeah, it's going to be just.
and Nutmeg
that's
knows
okay.
that.
That's fine.
Guard just a little bit too long, comes into the 12-foot.
Yep, it's in the 12-foot hack, so pretty automatic. Let's take that out. I mean, let's make sure. Brendan wants to make sure to keep this clear.
With the way Brennan's been curling without the hammer, it's going to be frightening to see what he does with the hammer.
Yeah, I mean, they get really dangerous. They put a lot of stones in the house. They like to clump them together in a lot of their games, so it's hard to chip them all out. So it's, it really depends that you're able to make skilled shots to keep up with them. And
Let's
they
hit because
put on an
we're a
octane
free
pace.
guard.
That's for sure.
So we'll hit and be a guard. Just normal.
And a score update on B.
Whoa,
Looks like
whoa.
Utica Mitchell's rink got up to
Now,
6 in the third. Yeah, 6-0 in the third, or after the third.
All the
They're
way,
in the
all the way, all
fourth.
the way, all 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 the way.
And hoping to get enough, but
All right.
see, there's the mistake.
That's all right.
Right there
Good
that
try.
you can
Sorry,
see right
Dave.
there, where a
should've been out all
stone
the
they
way.
should have chipped out. They got the broom, got the weight wrong. Who knows what happened? But red has a stone in the house, and they know now's our top opportunity. So he's looking to split the house here with his second lead stone. Really put him on the hot seat. Now I have the hammer. Now I'm able to come and get some points.
Make sure it's in the house. It has to be in.
That's all Brendan's concerned about.
Has
He
to
wants
be
it.
in.
Has to be in.
I'm
Yes.
not sure he's going to get it there. Looking awfully
I mean,
light.
it looks light. I mean, his sweepers are getting after it. I mean, so is Brendan. He's out there. He's trying to get it in there. He knows having a split house is going to be the start of a nice end for
He
him.
got a biter out
And
of
he
that.
got a biter out of it. That's a good
a
stone.
team sweeping effort.
Yep. It's good effort. Not as ideal. Not in
Greg,
that
let's
full, that full right
Which way would you
12
rather
foot
come?
that he wants out there. But, he's in a good position. He knows he's in a good spot.
Simia looking here to run that red out that just got placed and maybe favorably roll into the other
Yeah.
red shot rock.
Hopefully,
Whoa,
be a
up,
hell of
up,
a
up,
double
up, up,
takeout.
up.
He's got a lot of
Fling.
he's got a lot of distance he's got to cover in that.
Yeah, he might
in
just
that
be
shot.
settling for a roll
Got
in
it.
that general direction
Maybe.
at this point.
Sure.
Yep, didn't quite curl over enough.
Yep.
Ends
He
up
may
spilling
not
out.
have even got that red out.
I'm
Yeah, not
Ooh,
even
tough
on the
to-
finish. That's
Yep.
a tough
Still
one.
got a biter on that red. Wasn't able to chip the whole thing
I was
out.
looking at it, Dave. I was
And then
ready
now
to.
he has a totally split house. You have a cliffhanger of a red stone on the right-hand side of the house, and you have another one in the full
That's fine.
12-foot. I mean, this house is split. It's open. I mean, this is exactly what Brendan wants. Now he's looking at just putting stones around, really just making this chess match about what he can do and put the other team on the hot seat. Tough spot.
I think the play here for Simia is to try and move into the freeze game,
Yeah,
just to keep something around, mitigate the damage.
exactly. He has to start protecting stones right there in the house. He's got to get something that's in play that isn't open to just
Look,
be
take a
chipped
look.
out automatically, or else
sure
he's
it's
going to run
in.
into trouble. This is going to be a long
on.
end for him.
Yeah, the way this end is going right now,
Okay,
Brennan's setting
up.
himself up for a big one.
Yep. Now he's looking at having another 12 or 8-foot stone.
Yep.
It's going to sit right there in the front of the 8-foot.
Yeah.
Take it out. If you flop this way, that's great.
He wants it out. We're looking for the roll.
So he's looking for basically a, you know, an 11 o'clock nose hit. I mean, he's looking to come just right on this stone, hit at 11 o'clock, stick around, maybe move over. Who knows, but doesn't look good from the start.
I know, it doesn't look like they're going to get the roll. Doesn't even look like they're going to get the contact.
It may not even get the contact. It might even come over. Even cross ice.
That's a killer.
That's a burn. That's not gonna set you up for some confident shots. And now Nutmeg knows. And looking at Simia right now, he is hoping he can get a break. But now Brennan's looking to split the house even more for him. And 4 counting stones in the house with your first 4 shots. That's how you want to start. That's got the initial curl.
Guys,
it's coming across pretty fast. They seem confident on the speed here.
It's another light draw.
Yeah, they might need more help. Brennan knows it too. He's out there. He's scrubbing away. Trying to get something to the house. But safely in the 12-foot, touching the 8-foot. Now look at that little wall they've got there. 4 red stones, split up evenly.
Yeah, we'll try to hit and get behind something.
I mean,
that looks like a set-piece scenario that you'd find.
Honestly, you can find it in a computer game.
What would you do in a situation like this?
Yeah,
I mean, looking at this top shot is unbelievable to see. Really just the nice semicircle that they've got going here. So, but you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Able to use this stuff for guards, chip off it, be able to create protection for themselves. I mean, this end is far from over. I mean, they've got to put some good skilled shots together. You know, but Schenectady, I mean, it's pretty clear to both you and me, they've got the advantage here. So the Vice sets up for his first shot, and they're looking for just a clear, probably nose hit, maybe a small roll either way. Take out of this yellow sitting in the front of the 8-foot.
I'm looking for a nose on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Minimize the chance at a double.
But maybe that initial, you know, that initial take from Brennan, he had him sweeping right out of the gate. They may not have gotten any contact, and they may just be sliding straight back.
Whoa, this is
and a nice pick right there, right at the end. That gave a nice sloop right to the outside. So a lucky break for Nutmeg. I mean, they now have backing to a shot.
They've still got 4 in the house.
Which is, if they're able to take that red out, maybe move over a little bit.
Want to try the tap?
They're going to be, you know, they could be sitting
let's put another one in. Make sure it's not through.
So this is interesting. Simia's going to go for the bump. This is what I was initially thinking.
T-line.
You know, bump your yellow further into the house, maybe behind some of that red, make it a little bit harder to get out. Now, there's always going to be that possibility that they're going to run their red into your yellow and take you out. This is not a bad call here. It might just be better than trying to take as much red out of the house as possible.
Honestly. He's got a good touch on here. So if he's able to get a good chip.
That's fine. No, that's actually not bad at all.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Nice shot.
It's interesting result.
Simia, I mean, Simia knows he's got to diversify his options here in the house.
Trouble a little bit.
Yeah, it's not exactly the classic look of what he'd want to go for, but as much as Brennan has him on the ropes with 4 different rocks that he has to think about, he wants to get Brennan thinking about what he's putting in the house too. And so, yeah, he got a late break on it, but now he's got 2 stones. They can't be taken out together. He's avoiding doubles, and you know, now he's looking at 2 sitting stones. I mean, that's got to count for something.
Right. Doesn't have any protection on him, so it's really the strategy gets even more intense in a situation like this where Brennan takes one, Simia places another one in. A lot of back and forth. And a rare, uncharacteristic flash from the Brennan rink.
Okay.
Good shots. Those were high pressure shots.
That is not to be expected.
It looked really light. I mean, control ended up right
there. This is good. This is good.
Yeah, did not see that coming.
Getting to it and tapping, it's not bad either. Well, I wouldn't mind having 3 rocks in, you know. Yeah. But
of course you would not mind having 3 rocks in.
I would. Simia, really? Oh, you wouldn't mind that?
Counting stuff, and then the 3rd rock in is okay too. I say put me here. I think here to here is really ideal. If it's heavy, we can bring in any line because and I'll explain that to them too. So.
And you can see how careful he is with this shot. I mean, he is honestly thinking about literally a 4-foot window, 150 feet from where he's throwing it, in order to toss a 42-pound stone on ice. I mean, this is a really skilled shot he's looking at here, but this is how you get back into an end. I mean, with how much it was poised before with that nice great wall of China that Brennan had set up, those 4 stones hanging out there. I mean, even with 3 stones, Simia has been able to just really mess with it and able to put himself back in this end. It's impressive.
I think are we going for another bump here, or are we looking to a freeze on this
I think he is looking to come in on a freeze in order to protect his yellow. I mean, he wants to be out there. I
Unless
mean,
you're going to bring it in. Yeah, bring it in, I guess.
Hard curl.
It's that heavy. Yes, bring it. It's not going to guard anymore.
Oh, he came too far over. Real heavy curl.
We're off the line.
Oh,
yeah,
he's able to touch the front of the 4-foot, but his counting stone is still open. Brennan can see a full stone of that counting yellow. And, hey, it's got to count for something. Maybe he comes. Okay, it looks like they're looking on the which way are they going to do the hit and roll? Are they going to chip it on the right-hand side or the left-hand side? Come under the guard or split the house even more? 2 different tactics you can take, and it really opens up the different shots that Simia has to make in order to protect his steal.
Really do not want to take this too far over on the roll. I mean, I'd say I'd even want to hit this more or less on the nose. Really don't want to give yourself, or you really don't want to give Simia a double opportunity, which is certainly what happens if it rolls too far.
Yeah, if you're looking at a roll, you're looking to roll inside behind that protection.
That's right.
I mean, if you look to split that house, it's just going to put you in a bad spot. Give the other team another thing they can hit and roll off of, and put a stone that could potentially even push out that yellow on the other side, because those stones are moving up front. So.
He's looking inside. They're on it hard early.
They are digging at that stone. And they need it to stay straight.
Well, it's another gift to Simia. That guard, well, it just affected the shot enough.
Able to just touch that front yellow in order to get enough pace.
I was thinking he was going to wick off of that guard and go spilling off harmlessly to the side, and that guard ended up being useful for
Simia. It was only able to get just a small piece of that guard. So it was able to just use it as a bumper instead of ricocheting off and going its own direction. So a real good job by the sweepers keeping that stone straight, and a great call by Brennan and his vice, the whole Schenectady team, in order to keep that stone online and just touch that guard in order to really do the shot that they wanted, which was to get that out. So, you know, now red is sitting here. There is one yellow that is hanging out, and it's not hanging out behind much protection now. So, especially with that hammer shot, you might be looking at a heavy chip, come on the inside, you know, count 4 stones. There's still a lot of curling, still a lot to go.
Now I think Simia's looking to hit this red rock and roll really far.
Oh yeah.
Get that bad boy behind the cover.
Yeah, you want to get your red stone over. You want to make sure you get something that is not easy to get to. Make them make the shot. That's what it's all about.
Oh, not enough curl. He's
yeah,
going
didn't
by.
curl enough. Comes down on the deep red, but not even enough to stick around. So now you have Brennan looking at getting this red to chip that yellow and potentially scoring 4 here in the 4th end.
Yeah. This is one of those low risk, high reward shots.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a textbook shot. Brennan knows that if he hits this, he is putting himself and his team in a great position on this match. No doubt about it. So this was the opportunity he was looking at. This is what setting up the house at the beginning has now come to. You can see a lot of that semicircle is still hanging around. They were only able to get a couple pieces. So this shot, plenty of pace. It's just got to be online.
Whoa.
Excellent.
He's able to get both.
Yeah, you can't touch that.
Yep, that is 4 counting stones, 4 for red.
Yeah, I should make that shot. Doesn't matter. There's no reason to draw when that shot's much easier.
4 for red sitting right now.
Well, Simia's got himself a big hole to curl out of now.
Yep.
Oh, well. Yeah.
So now we're looking at a game that is 7-2, 7 in favor of Schenectady. And Nutmeg comes back with the hammer in the 5th end, but down 5. And it's going to be a tough hole to climb out with against this skilled team.
Yeah, and I got to say that the difference on that end, and perhaps even the difference on the whole game, has been the front end.
The front end, really?
Front end performance. Brennan's front end, solid in that last end, and he was able to get 4 out of it.
Incredible. I mean, the splitting the house seems like a crazy option at first, but once you get into it and you start to work and have that split house to work with, getting those different plays in, in the game really opens up things later on, and it keeps them guessing. And the more you can keep on their heels, it means more points for you, and that is a textbook way of taking advantage of a hammer end. And a real digging a nice hole for Nutmeg to crawl out of.
Corner guard.
Well, Brennan does the prudent thing, and he puts his first stone in the house.
That's what he wants to do.
It's a good thing to do when you're up with a big lead and you don't want to throw through because it's kind of rude this early in the game.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
It's fine, yeah. That's good. That's a great shot.
But it invites the hit game, which, most season skips aren't going to take anyway.
That's right.
But it provokes them a bit. I mean, it's a point for you in the house again.
Exactly.
We're going to have to address it sooner or later.
And especially when you have a big lead. And now you're looking at, at the beginning of the game where we had, 14 rocks in the house at the end of the game. Now having such a lead like this, you're looking at minimizing the amount of rocks, minimize how many points you can swing back and forth, and really using the hammer to your advantage in order to, control the 1- and 2-point swings. You can afford that being up 5.
Yeah.
You need to avoid them getting big ends because they potentially could have hammer for most of the rest of the game. So, getting these stones in, now he's boosting protection. Give him something to start throwing things at. If they want to start knocking out stones, Brendan will have no problem joining that trend later on in the game.
Back 8, wait.
Score on the other A semi over there on D.
Well, thanks, Michael.
They're not really hanging the scores over there. They're I think they're finishing up the 4th end.
Yep.
It looks like it's hold on a second here.
Yep.
Looks like it's Burns up 3-1 over Miley from Broomstones.
Yep.
Is this on A sheet?
Yep.
No, the question was on D.
The question on D. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What's the score on the other A semi? Broomstones team on D.
Ah. Well, there you go. Yeah, it is.
They're about to sort out the 4th end, though, it looks like.
They're looking at those counting stones. We're over on the D sheet, so sorry if it's confusing for what's happening here on C.
Burns is scoring something. He's got the one on the button.
No.
I think they have a bad view of there are 4 stones in the house. And 3 of them are yellow and 1 red that's sitting on the inside of the 12-foot on the D sheet. And they are trying to determine which of those stones. Clearly yellow had the number 1 stone, but they're looking to see whether this is a 1, 2, or 3-point ends even for the yellow team. I'm not sure what the name is over there, but this could be a big end for them. Oh. Yeah, Plainfield looking to score big on this end, and they've busted out the measuring device to see what they might be able to take from Broomstones. But Broomstones is down. With Plainfield ahead 2-1 without this event scored. So with the hammer back, looking to score multiple points, and again, that is all too important in these heavy games. To make the way to the A finals tomorrow. So back here on C, the second for Schenectady is ready to get in for his second stone. We've just got a couple stones right in the back of the house for red. Not much to work with. So looking to just make some solid
Careful.
shots
It's gonna fall.
and keep Nutmeg guessing. Keep him acting and being reactive. Keeping an aggressive style for Schenectady there. That seems to be working for him all tournament. And it's working for him right here.
Let it go.
It's on its way into the house.
Okay. Good shot.
Settling up in the 8
That's a good
foot.
shot.
Yeah.
It's a great shot right in front of the 8 foot. Yeah, it's guarding from that right-hand side draw that could come in on those red-hand
we
stones.
just off center. Let's try to get rid of 2.
Simia knows that he's got to get rid of that and maybe able to run it back into those 2, potentially looking at getting a double takeout here and moving all those stones to the back of the house. That's going to help him out.
I wonder why he changed the ice call to the other side of the stone. I mean, maybe he's anticipating a lot of curl coming from Steffen's rock.
Yeah, it's a little bit safer. If you're able to chip it out, it's going to come on over. Rather than coming cross ice, so it's got to come a little bit further, or else it's going to chip out to the right, and that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to chip out right there. Now that yellow is the guard, it's not terrible. Simia was sending himself. He'd like that double run back, but he knows that's a 12-foot run, and that's tough to do with some pace on there, especially here early in the end. So
it's a hard shot to call. It's a nice shot to get as a gift.
Oh, for sure.
I'd rather come this way.
We could only hear. Be so lucky to have those shots consistently. I'll say House Money would love to have those shots back
This way.
and have a second shot at them. But, we'll be in Schenectady. We'll be here next year, and we'll be having fun. So.
Good deal. All right, so I see a request for an update over on Sheet A. From what I can see, looks like the Citrini rink out of Utica is running away from it. I think they're up 8-1 now, is what I'm seeing over Alois from Schenectady, I believe they're from.
Come on.
On Sheet A? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, Alois is from Schenectady, correct?
Yes, I believe so. I actually don't know. I have no idea.
All right, go. Bounce it, bounce it, bounce it, bounce it. Fine. Good shot.
So the A game with red
We want to
has
hit
1
the outside
point,
of this and get rid of
and yellow
both.
is able to jump out with 2 big ends.
What?
A 3-ender and a 4-ender to now be
trying to get rid of both,
up with an additional one up now 8-1. So tough game out on out on A right now. So
Another tough game happening on B where the Utica Mitchell's rink out of Utica is up. That's 6-0 on Arthur Hoyer's rink out of Potomac/Chesapeake.
Nice shot, James.
And that is Utica out on A. That is the yellow team. I recognize them from playing them earlier in the tournament. Really good team. Phil's a great skip. They've got a great second there too. I mean, they a really solid team, and they're showing it, being up 8-1. So.
Well, Simia has curled himself out of a pretty big hole here. He's now got 4 rocks sitting in the house to Brennan's 1. However, Brennan is about ready to remove some yellow rocks here.
Oh yeah, ever so kindly as well. Some nice weight from the Vice.
Oh, he might be a little far to the outside on this
coming out, and he may wick this. It may just get
just a tiny wick, drives it under the guard.
Yep, not what he wanted. It needed to curl more, needed to hit more flush. That is not the shot they wanted.
That's the worst.
I don't know who to fault there on that one. There was not an optimal shot from
Wish we could get rid of this.
from the Vice.
Let's try to draw here.
Well, it seemed like the Vice, when he was coming out of the hack and pushed out, you could see him wrap around his back leg, usually coming out from behind him, and almost pulling him around in the 360 right there.
Want to be here.
Usually when that happens, the person pushing. Oh, try saying that 5 times fast. Coming out of the hack. I mean, when they start to spin, it means they are pushing off from where they want the stone to go. So they're having to adjust their body to kind of aim it with their arm and their, and shoulder press. I mean, it's a really careful spot. So maybe that had something to do with it and kept it a little bit outside. But they were able to just chip it behind there. And now yellow is sitting with at least 3 counting stones that I know, and the fourth and the red stone that's in the front of the 12-foot is protecting only yellows, and it's sitting at the front. It's ready to be chipped, and yellow's looking to having a big end. They've split the house from the middle to the left-hand side, and they have let a lot of things that Brennan has to keep thinking about. So
It's not as pretty as Brennan set up on the last rink with the almost perfect semicircle, but it is certainly effective looking. He's got clusters of yellow rocks, various locations in the house, all of them remote. There might be, there's a chance for individual doubles, but any double you take means that there's either setting up another double in response on the red rocks, or it means that you're not actually even counting.
Any preference?
So Brennan looks like he's going after that center pile. He might be able to get both of those yellow out if he gets the right action off of the target stone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's looking at that initial double. He's got to get those 2 stones out of there, and he has to have, maintain presence with his red stones right in the front of the house. That's what's going to keep him going. So
yeah, he may run the risk of a jam if he gets.
It's possible.
If he crosses the face of the yellow stone that he's aiming at, that yellow stone might just run back into the other yellows and not leave.
Well, he's coming out with plenty of speed. He has no problem with weight here. It's all about aim. Even what his sweepers do may not even help it out. So, but it came in enough. Let's see.
He does cross the face.
Yep. Got one heavy.
Bump the yellow, and he gets one yellow out.
Yep.
Now there's
So now his red is the counting stone. You can see there that there's more white on the backside of that red than there is that yellow. So red is counting with that clear out of the guard. That yellow is now exposed to be taken out by red, potentially with the final shot from Brennan. But those 2 yellows are still hanging out back of the house, still sitting pretty in that 12-foot. If things get cleared out here at the front, those 2 counting stones can be the difference.
Yeah, they come here, hit and flop, hopefully flop over here.
Looks like Simia wants to follow with a very similar shot. I think he's just going after the red shot rock. Not looking to get anything too fancy. Not looking to try a double. I think if he does try the double, he's again going to run the risk of the jam.
Hopefully roll over, and then we leave them with 1 rock in the house. So if on a miss, we have a hit for 6.
So Simia's got a shot set up maybe about 8 inches to the left of that second guard red stone sitting in the 8th foot. Maybe he touches it. Maybe he tries to creep behind. We'll see what he's thinking.
Yeah, looking a little down.
He's got plenty of pace.
Yeah, go.
Especially with the sweepers getting it on there.
He's got to make sure he clears that high red.
Yep.
He does.
I think he does, but he's going to move off to the left a little bit. It just still
Not
keeps him pretty
Yeah,
open.
you weren't going to bury it anyway. That's okay. That's a good
2
result.
counting stones. So,
that's good.
but now he is sitting there with, now red has its chance.
I think Brennan draws in here
behind
behind his red. I think the opening is there. Maybe he does the in-off off of that yellow that just got landed by Simia.
Yeah.
Either way, I think I think he wants to put his red rock behind cover, top 4 foot, somewhere in that general zone. Make it a little bit challenging. Certainly makes it very hard for Simia to take a big end here, which Simia clearly wants. He needs, frankly.
For sure. I couldn't agree more. I mean, being behind those guards is the safest play for the steal. He's got a lot of real estate in order to work with for the curl to come over. It's been curling really hard, so it's going to be tough to replicate as a follow. And if all things pan out and it hangs out, maybe you can chip off that yellow as a little security blanket. So, that's the shot. We can see the vice pointing it out. And, Schenectady is thinking about it. I mean, that seems like the best option for them to really cut down points in this end. Maintain a steady stronghold on their lead. So.
Here's Brennan's shot. He's coming quick. He must be doing the in-off.
Coming quick. He's got to be doing a wick shot. He's definitely looking to do a takeout and roll over. They're digging hard, trying to keep it straight.
Ooh. Very nice. Very nice.
What
Chips another one out the back.
What a shot. I mean, if you're watching this from home, you can see that he perfectly froze his red stone coming across about 5 feet to just tuck right behind that yellow. So
that's doing the freeze the hard way, freezing up to the back side of the rock.
Oof.
if we can hit and drive this out, that if he
Great
knows
thing.
this.
Yeah, and he got a little lucky
No,
clearing
three,
that
'cause
other
we
yellow
get
out
that.
the back of the house.
But it may not be the best play.
Right, this would
I mean,
outcount
he
that.
knows.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, Simia knows he's got to come in. If he's able to hit that yellow stone, hit it at an angle
just
where
thinking
he's able to
about it.
keep
They're
his
both not-
shooter
neither
from
one of
escaping the
these
house, which is about only 2 feet of room he's got to work with. He's able to chip out that red. He's looking at counting 3 stones here. And so he's able to get an end right back with the hammer. That's going to put him right back in this game. So a bunch of scoring ends here in the semifinal here between Nutmeg and Schenectady.
Let me see what it looks like. I might switch you, but. We could throw the double for 4, but I think just try to hit ours and run their red out. This should be for 3 if we hit it right on the nose with good weight. Yeah, or even just slightly outside nose, but that's it. Yeah.
Well, I think Simia's got just the ideal vision of the shot, either on the nose or just to the right side of the nose as we're looking at it. Either of those results should keep his shooter in contention and in scoring position.
That's exactly right. He wants to try and plug up and use his first 2 yellow stones.
Sweep
Keep it there.
This is it.
Got to be sweeping hard.
Spills the target. He does get the red out.
He's chipped one of his yellows.
Unfortunately, that's only 2.
Yep, that will be only 2 yellows.
Unless maybe somehow that yellow on the side is out counting that red. I don't think so, though. Nope. All right, 2 yellow. So that brings Simia up to 5? No, that's only 4. 4 for Simia. Down 3 points still, and now, again, Brennan has the hammer.
Yep.
Centerline guard, Dave.
I mean, you can hope that having 2 with a hammer end is exactly
Centerline
what
guard.
you want to do. There's no one who will discount that strategy. But when you are down 5, you know, Brennan must have a lot of confidence coming back towards the glass here, looking at 3 ends. Who knows how the time is working out for him.
2-3. 2-3.
But he's looking at taking advantage. One more big
Fine
end
on
here
its own,
from
guys,
Brennan.
I think.
He can pretty
It
much
can be
seal
high.
it here.
Yeah, it can be high. We're probably going to
with a
throw 2
potential takeout play in the final 2 ends.
Okay,
So
that's good. Nice shot, Dave.
a nice guard from Simia. I mean, that's how you can set it up.
Unfortunately, he gets that kind of in the wrong position depth-wise. He's about a 2.
Rob,
honestly, in this situation, he's looking for a steal.
He needs points.
He's not looking to hold the one. He needs the steal. In those situations, you got to do the tight guard and the long guard lined up pretty much right on the center line. This one at the 2, you know, any guards he gets up, they're going to be vulnerable for a double peel from Brennan somewhere down the end.
Yep. And when we're explaining 1, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, we're working this on a depth scale between the different zones. So it's important for people, you know, listening and watching that, you know, the first past the second hog line, you know, the front white space is split between 3 zones, 1, 2, and 3. 1 being closest to the hog, 2 in the middle, 3 closest to the house, and then each ring of the house has 7 different zones from, you know, the front 12-foot, front 8-foot, front 4, the button, back 4, back 8, and back 12. So all of those correspond between 1 through 3 in the front, front white, 4 through 5 being the front of the house, 6 being the button, and 7, 8, and 9 being the back of the house, with 10 being absolutely out of the back. So that's a scale you can use as the shooter and the sweepers are trying to judge the speed and let the skip know where that stone they think is going to land. So it really determines how much they sweep, how much they keep it online, and really gives a sense of depth for where the shot is actually going to give the best plan of action. So when we're explaining 1s and 2s and 3s, that's what we mean. We mean that depth right in there. So if that made any sense at all, hopefully that's useful.
I always, it's easy to forget that, you know, maybe not everyone out there is, you know, familiar with the terminology: 1 guard, 2 guard, 3 guard, all that other stuff. So
I know we've got a lot of families of curlers listening. They may be excited about what's going on, maybe not know everything that's going on. But hopefully we can illuminate some of that for you. And for those who know exactly what I'm talking about, I'll stop talking about it.
We're going to run down another scoring update. I think we finally got one on B now. The Hoyer ring for Potomac managed to get 2 in the 5th. However, they're still down big, so they're down 2-8 to the Utica Mitchell rink. Once again, on our featured sheet C,
Yep.
we have Simia from Nutmeg. They're down 4-7 against Brennan from Schenectady.
Yeah.
Over
Whoa,
on
whoa,
D, the other A event semifinal, Burns very diligently yet very steadily scoring
good.
1 point and end. They're up 4-1, I believe, over who are they up against? Broomstones. Oh, sorry.
Broomstones.
Broomstones.
From wonderful Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Good that we have some New England representation down here in Potomac. So.
Oh, those Yankees.
Hey. Hey, watch it there. Don't make me promote all of my hometown sports
How
teams.
is it? Where's the weight?
Where are you from originally then?
I'm originally from Needham, Massachusetts, so I grew up right outside of Boston, and a dedicated New England fan. So I'm sorry that the Patriots win every year. I'm sorry that the Red Sox have the greatest baseball culture in America.
They didn't win this year, did they? And as much as it shames me to say this, didn't they lose to a certain local team?
Oh, the Baltimore Ravens?
Yeah, those guys.
Oh, that did happen. Oh, that did.
I'm never one to promote the Ravens.
Now,
gotta go.
Because I'm from Western PA.
Okay. Well, dare I share the one-word answer of scoreboard to even this argument right up, so that you remember who actually rules the AFC, and don't you forget it.
Perfect.
Baltimore Ravens, though, had a quality team, though. It's a shame that you are spending $120 million on Joe Flacco, who is still not an elite quarterback, no matter how much he whines and screams to his parents about it. Because Tom Brady owns the AFC, and that's case closed. It's his until he wants to let it go. So those are just the facts. But enjoy Joe Flacco for $120 million. He had a great season. Grady did it on a payoff year.
Whoa!
I sure hope Ed Reed decides to sign with the Patriots. I know I'm grinding gears right here, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Ed Reed is exactly the mold of Bill Belichick, what he wants in his backfield. We need secondary help. Ed Reed would love to, win championships on a regular basis instead of waiting over a decade in between. Let's not look back that the last winning quarterback for you guys was, Trent Dilfer? Trent Dilfer? Really?
I don't ask me.
Well.
I'm out of this.
Well, trust me, I already know the facts.
I do not have a dog in the fight between the Patriots and the Ravens.
Yeah,
Believe you me.
Well, you brought it up. As you can tell, it's a sensitive subject.
All the way.
Hey, you're the one who started bringing in the other hometown sports.
Oh, that's true.
I was talking about the cultural Yankee, not the baseball team.
Oh, well, as you can see, it's clear
really,
why that.
Because a Yankee is anyone who lives further north than you do.
Well, that's true. If we're going to stick to, 1800s terms. I've since evolved.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I haven't evolved in the fact that Boston sports are the greatest sports on the planet. No question about it.
All right, everyone's trying to tell us to get back on the curl.
Sorry
All
about
right.
And the Pats should sign Scott Burns. I'm sure Belichick could use some use for him and his immaculate hand-eye coordination would be incredible.
Yep.
Vice shot coming, heavy shot coming right down towards the ice. Sweeping it hard, looking to chip this counting yellow right out.
Got.
Oh, and it moved.
Does the deed,
but it didn't stay in the house. So not ideal, but hey, it accomplished the goal.
Let's take this line. Drop.
Brennan really is in the driver's seat. He's got a lot of room to play with. Even if Simia manages to steal one here, which is almost as much as you can hope for in this kind of situation.
That's all you can. It's all patience game.
It's just not going to be enough. He's still up 3 points.
Yeah, wait only still. Where is it?
This one's not going to curl over as far as he was looking for, but it is going to get into the house.
It is going to be also totally exposed.
Sorry, what are you sorry for?
Which
in the middle
can be a problem, and Brennan has recognized that. He wants the takeout. He wants a second chance at that rollover. Because if he's able to hit this shot, protect some of his reds, he's got that hammer. Now sitting there with a lone yellow that Simia is clinging to life to keep in there to avoid putting up a big end and hopefully steal one. But
oh, I think this one's on the red. I don't think it's going to get the yellow.
It may not come over enough. May even chip the red. Yes, it does. Splits the house.
Rolls all the way across the sheet. It's not gonna stick around either.
That, folks, is not what you wanted to do, but that's why we curl.
Yeah.
That's why we curl the game.
That's why you don't concede when you're down. Oh,
no,
what was the worst deficit that Simia has been looking at? He's been looking at
come this way so I don't crash on this.
5-point deficit.
Yeah, he's been staring at it. He was able to get 5, but now looking at the looking to steal. He has the 1 stone in the house, and Brennan has eliminated his advantage of having those multiple stones in the house that he was able to work with. But now no more. And now it is an open house with a lone front guard and a lone yellow stone counting right on the front side of the 4 foot.
There's no way.
And he's got to diversify things. He's got to protect.
We're going to guard.
He's also got to.
Anything out front's good. If it bites the 12, it's okay, but that's not what we're trying.
I cut myself off there so he could hear what Simia was saying.
Well, and he's got the right call. He's looking more for the left to right more than the depth. You know, if it bites, that's okay. That's not really the call. The line is more important than the weight. Although the sweepers are on it early, they're going to be dragging it out there. They got to let it come back. It's got to get back closer to the center in order to protect his shot rock.
They're sweeping it. It looks like it's going to get to the house with a steady sweep right here. It's going to get pretty close. Oh, a little short.
That's good.
But a good stone.
Gets a
great
nice
stone.
finish. A nice extra little hook there right on the end of the stone.
But makes it tough to get in there. See the whole thing.
It's definitely a great bid.
They can see the whole thing, though. They can shoot the port.
Brendan sees it. I mean, the only thing you can do is make it a tougher shot for the other team.
Yeah.
And
Brendan's taken practically no ice on this.
Oh, nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, he has just got to completely run this thing as fast as he can, spin it on the top. This is a muscle shot.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see if he makes it through the port with this little ice.
It's true. It's going to be a careful call from the Vice to really make sure that he calls the sweep at the right time to keep it on that line. Very careful eye he needs here.
It's a low percentage shot.
Oh,
He's got the stone coming. They've swept on it right from the start.
He's on that yellow rock, I bet.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to chip that front rail up.
Whoa, and he actually spills another yellow rock into the house.
That's fine, too. Same line, same guard. Watch that. Same exact line.
So now yellow sits with the hammer. Or they have the hammer? No.
Same line.
No, yellow is looking to steal here.
So they're looking to steal. Now they have a split house. You can see that they have stuff on the right-hand side of the house as well as on the center line. And so now they're looking to steal points. They have to minimize the options they have in order to get those stones. And the bell's been sounded, so we're looking at ending this end and having one more additional end. So it looks like we are only going to go through 7 here in
I think we're over
the
semifinal.
semifinal.
You guys. Yeah, go for line.
Sweeping for the line.
Up now, up. It's fine.
Yeah, don't want to overcurl it.
No.
Don't want to overcurl.
No, want to protect. If there's any choice they have right here, it is to protect that house.
And it does overcurl just a little bit. It's not an open hit, but it's not quite lined up enough to fully guard.
I knew that going.
It's not a full guard. The option's there, and it is curling enough to be able to get that. So
if we miss it,
they have options.
We're up 1 with the hammer. I was saying, what if we draw here?
So Brennan trying to decide which way he's going to come in on. going to choose the right. He's going to choose to draw in off that side, potentially just cut it down, maybe even try that hit and roll if he's coming in with speed. We're not sure if he's able to coming in for the hit and roll, or if he's just looking to draw in on that right-hand side. It looked like the angle of the guard stones he has up front angles him for potentially a better draw from the opposite side. So I'm not sure.
That's what I would normally be thinking. Maybe he just likes the ice better on this side for the draw. He's more comfortable with how it's behaving.
That's true. I mean, they've been playing on that side most of the match, so it does make sense. Go with what you know.
And the sweepers are on it. He's got a lot, it's not a lot of room on the floor.
It's definitely a draw shot.
But it's definitely there.
It's definitely a draw.
Oh, they may actually have been playing a bit of a heavier draw or a tap.
Look at
this. One's looking just
bringing it right down.
Nice
Get
shot.
off.
Oh,
get off.
my.
Nice
I
shot.
think that's just good enough for 1 point.
You can't sweep that.
And
That
that still
takes some
tightens
magic
the
sweeping.
screws on Simia.
All
He
right.
now has one end to make up the difference, and that seems
Yep.
unlikely.
But he does have the hammer, which is something
Nice
to be
throw.
said.
Thank
so
you.
when you
Well,
look
let's
at
try to do
Brennan's
the flip and
tactic
all. That
here,
really
it is
didn't
about
work out, eh?
minimizing stones. And he is trying to make
I
sure
don't feel like we played that
that he
slow.
does
No,
not
we
open
had the
himself
one
up for a
measure.
big end from
That
Yellow
was it.
and Nutmeg and Simia
Yep,
to
yep.
really take advantage.
In the house. That was my.
He's in a somewhat of an exposed position, but with 1 point, he jumps out to an 8-4 lead. That means that Simia would have to get 5 stones in order to pull this end off, and that is a tall order for any team at any point in the game, let alone the final end
Right.
of the semifinal here at the Dykes.
Right. Basically a lot of things are going to have to go wrong for Brennan for Simia to have a chance.
Exactly.
Otherwise, the name of the game is run them out of rocks.
Just make sure it's in the house. In the house. No guards. Back house is good. Come on.
Brennan trying to keep points in the house so he can maintain pressure. Make sure they're making shots.
Come on. All the way. All the way. All the way. All the way. It's okay.
Need a guard.
That was a good shot.
It looks like they've got a counting red stone right up there. So,
Yeah, it's about halfway on to the 12-foot.
yep, nice biter, nice guard. Really protects the majority of the house.
Just
Make
one
sure
here.
to keep them honest, because that's all you can do.
Got to make sure it's over, guys.
Simia gunning for the wing. I think he's running a little bit lighter. I'm not sure he's going to be able to make it, unfortunately.
Yeah, the
Curling
sweepers are giving a
hard to
good
roll.
effort there, and Simia gets in there to try to help out, but it looks like it's going to be short, probably
All right,
hanging
it's
out
fine.
in
We got a
that
guy
one.
Yeah.
That one realm, which is right near that hog line. So
4.
a tough break. They needed more stones in the house, and Simia knows it. So the hole only gets deeper.
Yeah.
And that overwhelming hole can start growing pretty fast coming here, knowing it's your final end.
Make sure it's in.
Brennan looking to put another stone in the house.
Come on. Come on. This is really good.
Brennan likes it. It's coming around. It's not. He's hoping it can skinny his red.
Up.
And he gets just a little bump there, but he is sitting 2 stones with a nice wall right at the front of the center line, right on the house. Great protection as the non-hammer of the final end here in the semifinal between Nutmeg and Schenectady.
Score on A there.
Whoa.
I see the request for the update.
That's like hacked board.
Looks like Alice is
board.
making a bit more of a game of
Board.
it. They are up to 5
Board.
points after 6.
Parking lot.
However, Citrini from Utica, they're still
that board.
sitting at 8 points. So
Almost control.
Alois still has a lot
Board.
of curling left to do to get out of this one, but yeah, there's a window for them.
There is.
They're sitting in control of the 4-foot, so that's
What's
the
the
best
house?
you can hope for.
Tap it.
Yeah, that's totally true. And right here on sheet C, the one that we're watching right now, we just saw, Simia's team of Nutmeg just put one straight through the house, which isn't doing them any favors. Looking to get a big end here. So, as I said, the hole only gets deeper. It's tough to dig yourself out. It's a mental struggle. So, here the first stone from the second. Sweepers are digging on this stone.
Stay with it.
Looks like it's coming over on the right-hand side of the ice. May chip off and give them a little space, little added promote.
Yeah, it's a nice little bump into the 8-foot.
That is
We need to get some
protection
rocks
at
in
its
play.
best.
Some of
Having a
theirs
stone
out.
that is 4 foot away from a guard. Real hard to get on a double. Real hard to tuck in behind.
I think hit right on the nose and stick around. You know, leave our rock there.
Simeon knows he's got to get rid of that guard. That nice cluster at the
our
front
rock,
is
though.
going
Gotta
to be
nose.
dreadful for him to try and get a bunch of stones in the house. So
Yep. We're narrow.
It's always hard to pile on stones when you're playing the
All
hit
the
game.
way.
Oh yeah, yeah,
All the way
it's
hard.
tough.
You got it.
But
You got it all the
Might
way
have
hard.
might have been the
hard.
better shot to play the in-off of the outside red.
All the way hard. Hey, rock. All right, that leaves some jam.
But it gets it clear.
Might have
One
been.
less red in the way.
One less red and one more yellow being, you know, in the mix of getting things done.
Control up.
As you can tell, Brennan is excited about the position he is in, and his team has been clustering stones in the house all tournament.
Gotta go.
And it has proved to mean big ends against his
Gotta
opponents.
go. Come on.
Staying on this stone, trying to get that yellow and a good rock to push that yellow right out and just replace what they had before. A little bit more exposed to that
Go down
counting
here.
stone.
If we sit on that,
But if
that's
you're
not
looking to
bad.
score points,
I mean,
you're not worried about
we just
that.
need
You're
get a
looking
rock
to use
in.
all 3 of those stones as protection and do a draw in, which is exactly what Simi is setting up right now.
We were getting down to the risk of mathematical elimination.
Oh, yeah.
This is
How's the weight?
Counting this stone, there
Yeah,
are
go line,
5
go line.
yellow rocks remaining.
Yeah.
There's
Hard.
one yellow rock way out in the garden.
Yeah, then that's going to be a tough one to bring back. And if
I
you
wanna
are
tap
going to
a
bring
little
it back,
spot so we can tap it later and then hopefully
it's
they
going to
can
cost
take
you
that
a
a
rock
little.
to do
That's
so.
okay.
So
Yeah, we'll
really,
take
these
that.
last final stones,
Try
which
playing
that
back
one
later if we can.
achieves the goal
What do you
of
like?
being in the house.
Huh?
But that being said, the 5 remaining yellow
Over here?
stones have to be the counters to keep Simia in this match, and that is a tall order.
Full 12.
You know, I'm not entirely sure these guys are playing like this is the last end. Because realistically, a takeout on that takeout on that yellow stone is the
Yeah.
game.
That
Oh,
is
no.
possible. I did hear the
Go here?
cowbell signaling the, the final
Actually,
end.
they
We're not
need
able to
guards, so
see the
why would
camera
I
right
go,
now.
right?
It would not be the game. He could technically
Over
tie
there.
with the 4 stones. But still, running them out, preventing any yellow rocks from lingering.
Yeah, 4 stones. 4 stones
Not
does
really
get
much
him
here
the
I
tie,
like.
so he does have a little bit more leeway than we think in order to get to extra ends here in the semifinal. But it's tough. It is going to be a tough order. The Vice and Skip, and Brennan have been hitting great shots and very consistently throughout the tournament. So it's going to take a tall measure, but there might be a window here. They may have snuck that red, and it has gone too far through the
Straight on
house.
through.
When
I
we're
believe
talking
the
about
call
breaks.
there was to draw
Tap.
it to the outside of the
But-
house.
So it apparently did not come
it's gotta
far
be
enough.
hack weight at least. We got to get rid of that.
Indeed, it just had too much weight. That was more like a hack weight.
Hack. Whoa, it's got to go a lot. Whoa, it's got to curl a lot. It's trying, but it's going to push it.
Oh, this is looking pretty quick for a bump.
Yep.
Ends up being a
Yep.
clear.
Okay.
Chips it too
Good
far.
try.
Clear space. And when we're thinking about the math, any stone that is eliminated is really swallowing the match
Yeah, it's
right
fine.
before us. So it is tough. This is as much as a pride game as anything, and it's been a great game from Nutmeg trying to stay in this. But that 5-stone 4th end was a tough one in order to swallow that. 4 rather.
Yes, please. Yep.
Brennan so
Really
polite,
hard.
he calls please
Really hard.
after he wants the sweep.
Oh, what a gentleman.
Hard.
Hung out there, chipped enough of it.
Not
but
quite
pushes
enough
that
to get
yellow.
it out, though. Hangs out in the
enough
back.
sweep to get it to that outside 12. Did he get it?
Nope, not quite. It's still
in.
in. Still alive.
Huh?
I don't know if it was.
Oh, well. Breathing. At the very least.
Gotta freeze. Gotta be a freeze.
And I know there was a question on the online feed about the other semi in the A bracket. We are trying to look over to see the score behind the skips that are blocking.
Line.
But it does seem that going into the 6th end, or this should be the 7th.
Up. Got a lot, huh?
For them over there, we cannot see the score, so we will report on that as soon as we can. But yellow here on C, so now it has been exposed that it is yellow up 3-2 against red, and I believe red is Broomstones, correct?
Red is Burn. No, yeah. Yellow is Burns. Red is Broomstones. That's correct.
So Plainfield is up 3-2. And that is assuming they've put up all the scores. It looks like they're coming into the 7th end right now, and they only have up to the 5th, so we're not sure how the 6th end scored. But we will let you know as soon as we do. We're looking into that right now. So, meanwhile, Brennan prepares the first of his 2 shots.
Nice clean.
Heading down to hopefully secure this match for his team.
I think he's got good contact on this one.
He's got great pace, good contact. He's got enough of the rollover. Nice tuck.
And that's game. They're shaking.
And that's a shake.
So Brennan advances into the finals, and those are going to be contested. Oh, I wish I knew what time they were going to be contested. Not till late in the day tomorrow.
They'll probably be on the, we haven't looked at the draws, but they'll probably be at the 2:30 tomorrow with the A final. And the A final we will broadcast, I am sure.
Oh, someone will be. I will not be here. I believe that's Joe Rockenbach.
Yeah, neither will I. I will be on my long travel home after a depressing weekend of curling, but an absolutely enjoyable weekend. Enjoying the Bonspiel here at the Potomac National Curling Center here in Potomac, Maryland, with all you fine folks. Laurel, Maryland?
Yeah, the National Capital Curling Center, Potomac Curling Club, Laurel, Maryland.
Yeah, you guys are confusing.
Well,
you guys are just trying to confuse me.
I don't. Nobody asked me what it should be. Well, that's what happens when you've been around for 50-odd years. It's your second venue, and you had a bunch of Canadians at the start.
I'm going to make the hit stay
making it
3/4 of the
That's
time
true.
or more.
That's
true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, can we oblige the clamoring from the online chat room to shift on over to D?
Because remember, I don't have to stay right on it either. I can be a little off nose either way. It's just I can't miss it as badly as I did.
Go ahead.
Apparently, Scott Burns has many fans.
I threw it right down that line.
And I am impressed by his fan base of how dedicated they are here on the forums and here watching from home and listening. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and we will give you as much Scott Burns intel as we know. Though I'll be honest, I've never even met the guy. Though it sounds like I need to.
Apparently. Perhaps his tears can cleanse you of all of your ills.
I hope so. I hope so. I mean, he's on the ice, and I'm not. So he definitely has some knowledge he can bestow upon me.
He has something.
Yeah, he's doing something right.
Doesn't matter, right?
And some are Broomstones fans, which, it being the local club for where I'm from, and the applause happens for the C match, for the curlers coming here into the warm room.
We got an end of the game on B as well. Looks like Hoyer did finally succumb to the inevitable Mitchell Rinks domination.
And we are trying
in that end
to get the match over to D, the other A semifinal. I know there's been requests to A.
Well, the first one wasn't so bad, but the second
but we're going to try and check out D to see who the opponent for Schenectady is going to be, it being the top player final that we've got here at the Dykes tournament. We'll be sure to keep you posted on the A bracket. We are trying to get a view of what it looks like, but Utica facing off against, I'm not sure.
Hey.
Well, we are trying to get over to the D match. And it looks like we are there right now, so I hope you're enjoying this. We've got a redstone coming down with some heat, trying to get those yellows, trying to peel something off, but I don't look like it's going to come over, and it is going to thread the needle and waste a shot for Broomstones.
Still no score on the 6th end. What's going on, guys?
Still no score on the 6th end, so we're not sure how that shook out. So that can determine how they are strategizing about this 7th end as they come down the other side of the ice. Over on A, we do have an update on A in that the yellow team is up 9-5. With Utica being the yellow team is up 9-5 over their opponents. I'm trying to figure out who the opponents are.
That's Alice from Schenectady.
From Schenectady, the other Schenectady team. And they're down by 4 heading into the 8th end. That's coming back towards the warm room. And if it wasn't for the horde of people blocking the house, I would tell you exactly how it's going on. But back here on D, yellow is setting up a shot. It is coming on down, hopefully looking for a promote, but it looks like they're going to chip their lead guard into the red, open up their counting stones, and Broomstones is looking to make a move to come in on this house and try and protect something to really keep this game going. And there have been no moves. We don't know what's happened in the 6th end, but based on how the first 5 ends have worked out,
yeah, I'm sure someone scored 1 point.
Yep, I am hopeful.
Yeah, well, that would make it a really exciting game. That would be the closest game in this draw by a lot.
You'd expect that here in the semis. But we don't know how it shook out so far. So redstone coming down. You know, Seth, the skip, doesn't look too happy about it. But hopefully his sweepers can save it. Looks a little deep. Might chip some of that. Yeah, right past it.
And deep into that back of the house.
And deep, too far.
Oh,
and
wow,
Seth
it's looking really close. It's hard to tell from the overhead.
Yeah, it's tough to see from the overhead cam right now of who is actually the counting stone. I can tell you that the advantage of the yellow being in the front of the house can set them up for pushing something back, but that yellow is also tucked behind 2 nicely placed guards from yellow. And now yellow looks to make a move to use that red for backing, chip that out, and count some more stones in the house. But it's coming too far over. Chips that initial red, comes over, and hits their own yellow to promote. And that is going to land on the outside of the 8 foot in the white area, getting 2 yellows in the house. With that, red's also sitting pretty. We're not sure from our view of which of those are the counting stone. But it's close. So assuming either way of red being counting 1 or yellow counting 1, Broomstones has the shot, and they are looking to protect and gain points. So because we don't know.
It's looking like it's coming, like another draw into the 4 foot.
I think that is the play. Looking to do some sort of sit on the yellow stones that they have in there. It's got too much weight for a draw. He's looking to do a takeout of some kind.
Might be looking to bump off of his own red.
Yep, it's a good.
He might be
it doesn't
bumping
look
off
like
his
it
own
curled
red.
enough. It looks like it's going to bump off his own red, and that is not what they wanted to do.
Oh, wow, that's straight on
and
through.
It seems like it is just sitting straight on through.
Settles up in the back of the 8 foot.
Yeah, opens up a potential double takeout option for yellow, which could really mess with things for Broomstones and their redstones from staying in the house. And
I want to
feel
see
like
what I can do about finding out what the hell happened in the 6th end. I'll be back in a moment.
All right, sounds good. So now staying on sheet D, we're looking for yellow to make a play. They're looking to draw in, I believe, on that red stone on that 4 foot to start making a move. So if it sounds like that sheet D is now tied heading into the 7th end. From what happened in the 6th end that hasn't been marked,
They just hung the score on the 6th end.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
So it is all tied up at 3, and
Burns
this is
with the hammer.
a close game. And Burns and Plainfield have the hammer heading down, and you can see the sit that has happened.
That's
great
a good shot. However,
Hey.
he does come behind the tee. There's room for a freeze there.
There is room for a freeze, but a great shot to force them into an even better one.
Yes.
And we'll see how it pans out. So they're looking to do the same thing in order to draw in and try and freeze on that stone.
Well, they got a good dress rehearsal.
Yeah,
They did it
exactly.
pretty much before.
A nice take in order to be able to count in there. Meanwhile, back on sheet A, nothing's changed score-wise heading in this 7th end, but there are not many stones in the house. One yellow, one red, both sitting in the 12-foot. Not much to guard, getting down to those final stones. So Utica looks in great shape to keep moving on in this tournament and get a couple draws tomorrow, hopefully in that B final, B semis and B final.
Broomstone's coming down with some weight. That might be looking to just bump.
Well, that's what they're looking at right now. Scrubbing that rock in order to get it in there.
Oh, and that covers
And
the
looks
button.
like a wonderful shot.
That's a great shot. It's going to be hard to hit that and count, but I'm sure that's the call.
It's got to be a heavyweight, a thin chip, but it's got enough distance between the yellow stone behind it and off to the right-hand side in order to get that chip possible and keep those 3 stones counting, because it's not about getting the stone there, it's about keeping your stones there. So if it hits too flush, it could knock their counting stone out and keep their red stone around. You know, this is a big shot for Plainfield right now.
He's still got one more rock to go, so it's not over yet, even with this one.
And it's going to plug up fast. As soon as we get past that tee line, it's going to limit the amount of options, because you can't just keep freezing and get further and further away from the house. You got to start playing for points. So these shots are critical. Great weight coming out of the hack, keeping Steed. Great normal weight takeout shot. The
I think he's
sweepers
over
are keeping
curling
on
though.
line. He may have come over way too far.
Yep,
And
into
not
the
enough.
guards and covers
Even
the shot
further
rock.
seals up the red stone behind. So it looks like red is poised to take some stones here.
You know, it's still not the end of the world for Burns here. I mean, despite what red can do, despite what Broomstones can achieve, you know, he's going to have a shot. You know, whether he guards up the center line, there's the outside promote yellow into the red. If he guards up that right side, yellow promote into the red. There's the center line promote yellow into the red. So, I mean, it's not all said and done.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, there are still options here in this game for it to shake out. And it all depends on this shot. I mean, it's the final red shot that we've got here. And they have just shook out on sheet A. Utica taking the game 9-5. And the game is over on sheet A. So Utica will move on. But we're moving back to sheet D for the Hammerstone here in the 7th end.
Anybody who's everybody in the warm room is over on sheet D watching the proceedings.
Everybody's trying to see who's going to get to this A final to face Brennan and his Schenectady team.
Oh, looking a little rough out of the hack.
It looked dropped down to a knee, never a good sign from your skip. But they are still staying on the stone.
Sweeping hard.
Heavy sweep happening right at the halfway point.
Digging
The
deep.
vice comes out in order
Really
to dig on this. They are trying to get it there. It doesn't have enough weight.
Got it over. I think they are
And it is gonna sit
guarding
there.
the right side yellow. So I think they leave the center line promote. Oh, I take it back. looks like Burns and company are looking to come down the same side of the sheet.
I believe they were trying to. That stone does is it does protect their counting yellow stone that's closest to the house. So it does set them up in order to have enough protection heading in to this end. I mean, they're trying to minimize points. If yellow is able to get an angle to be able to chip that red stone out, they're looking at a big end. There's no doubt about it. It's only that red stone that is keeping them in this game.
So this is it. This is all there is. It's Burns' last shot. This is for all the biscuits, all the marbles, all of whatever you have to give.
Typically, I walk around with money.
Oh, well, you know.
But if I have marbles, I'll trade those two.
This is not an event where you can win money, so.
At least here on the ice.
Yeah, well, there's that. Supers are coming off.
The red stone is coming.
Letting it work.
They need a chip. They need it to move. It needs to come inside.
Coming away from that wall is a hard thing to ask.
Hits the red.
It's a fantastic shot.
An unbelievable take.
At least 2, maybe 3. Doesn't matter. That's the game.
That is the game.
Excellent
At least
shot.
2 stones, moves yellow into the victory. Plainfield, and with Burns at the skip, defeat Broomstones in a great match. Chipping the red, that counting red, which was such a nicely placed shot when we saw him
That's a really good shot.
And they chip it out on a great takeout from Burns. Unbelievable way to end a great game. The tightest game we've seen here in the semifinal of all the sheets. Really a wonderful match. A wonderful match.
I don't think you could ask for a more exciting end to the game.
Unbelievable.
I couldn't.
So tomorrow we really sets up between Schenectady with Brennan and Plainfield and Burns in the A final tomorrow at 2:30. So tune in for then. It should be a great match. The aggressive style of Brennan, really splitting the house, clustering stones, getting a lot of stones in the house, and based on Plainfield, really skilled shots, skilled takeouts going out on sheet D. They're both been winning the entire tournament. These are the 2 top teams we've had here at the Dykes.
I expect to see some really good shots in that game.
Unbelievable. I expect a game that's happened just like on sheet D, and it comes to Plainfield's advantage that they've been through a game like this. They've been in these tight matches, getting 1-2 stones. You know, Brennan, I think,
working a very packed sheet of ice.
Oh yeah.
Lots of guards, lots of rocks in the house.
Lots of skilled play. I mean, these are, 5 and unders. It may be inexperienced curlers comparison, but this is a very experienced game with a lot of smart and skilled players on the ice. So all the games are done. The A final has been decided 2:30 p.m. tomorrow here on curldc.org. My name's Eric Rader from MVCC, representing House Money.
Thank you so much
and
for
it's been
stepping
awesome
in,
to join
Eric.
you guys. I really appreciate it.
You've been an enjoyable co-host. So it's been my pleasure.
You're quite the gentleman yourself.
I try to be. I'm trying to be.
It's been awesome here at the Dykes. Thanks for having me, and
it's a pleasure.
We'll see you at the draws
hope
tomorrow.
Hope to see you back for any of our other Bonspiels.
For sure.
Eric,
for sure. Thanks for having me.
I'm Shane Pinter signing off. Special thanks to once again Michael Dobbs, our prestigious Bonspiel coordinator. This Nutmeg guy. What's your name? Come on. Alex Kennison. Kennison. He's been running the cameras for us, swapping them around. All you Burns folks, you owe him for switching on over to that D game and getting you the eyeballs on Burns at the end.
Oh yeah.
So that's it. That's Saturday night at the Dykes from Potomac Curling Club in Laurel, Maryland. We'll see you tomorrow.
Moving on to Sunday. House Money.